844, Big 550 KTRS from First Roll. He's fast becoming our favorite. He always fixes all of our computer problems, so he's the guy. Larry Sennett back from First Roll. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning, guys.
All right, are you watching Westworld on HBO?
You know, I haven't had TV for 10 years.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah. Why? So no is the answer. Is it good?
It's very futuristic. It's sci-fi in a very non-sci-fi way.
This is the one that's sci-fi in like a cowboy setting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's funny how that genre works really well. You got Firefly. You've got a whole bunch of things that have been Western sci-fi.
Well, it's a futuristic in that it's you buy a vacation package and you go and you visit the Wild West, and people in the Wild West, the robots, are these human robots. And you interact with the fake humans in the Wild Wild West.
Haven't seen enough sci-fi. That can't possibly go wrong.
All right, let's get to it. What do you got today?
Hey, well, this week, both Apple and Microsoft had their major events about their hardware for computers. So they announced all their new stuff coming out. And, they say that copying someone's the most sincere form of flattery.
Yes.
Well, both Apple copied Microsoft and Microsoft copied Apple. It was very kind of awkward. So let's start with Apple. So Apple hasn't launched new laptops in a long time. They're MacBook Pros.
Does this mean Apple's software is going to start crashing all the time if they're copying Microsoft?
Hey, you know what? It might be a sign of things to come.
Hey-oh. See, that was a tech joke.
It was.
Oh, boy. I like how you had to point that out, that it was actual joke.
All right. You're going to see Apple blue screens.
Exactly.
Apple announced all their new MacBooks. Thinner, lighter, faster, as you'd expect. Nothing real too crazy. But they've added two things. Now the screens are touchscreen, which is something that has been in Windows laptops for an age now.
Okay.
And beyond that, they added this thing that they're really hyping up called the Touch Bar, which is a little finger-sized strip at the top of the keyboard that's touch-sensitive and will allow you to interact in different ways with contextual menus and have touch-sensitive buttons. Which the reason I find it kind of funny is this is something that's been in multiple Windows laptops and failed about 5 times. Things like the Lenovo X1 Carbon, and everyone that's used them has been like, this is an awful idea. So it's interesting that they're really hyping it up.
Apple copied a really bad idea from Microsoft.
Yeah, and not to say they can't necessarily make it better, but I'll be honest, when a group of engineers and I were watching this tech event, we kind of thought, wow, Apple's kind of run out of ideas.
Right.
It's kind of what it felt like. The age of Steve Jobs has passed. But we'll see. The new MacBooks, the 13-inch ones, which is the smallest, least expensive one, starts at $1,800, and the 15-inch starts at $2,400.
Wow.
So they are really aiming at the high end. I mean, they do make good hardware, but in an age when I can go buy a really nice laptop for $500-600, that's a hard sell.
They might be pricing themselves out of the world there. All right.
Let's see what happens. Available next month. So Microsoft's event the next day, they launched what is essentially was an iMac. If those that don't know what an iMac is, it's those all-in-one computers. It's kind of like a computer that's just a monitor.
Right.
Has one cable coming out of it, but has the whole computer inside. It's called the Surface Studio. Now, the Surface Studio is actually, I gotta say, is a very nice-looking computer. It is, though, kind of copying Apple, which is fun. The screen
look like an Apple.
The screen is a big 28-inch touchscreen, if you can imagine. But get this, it is bigger than 4K in resolution. It is 50% bigger. So it is 4,500 pixels by 3,000 pixels, which is massive. So, we're already talking about 4K being a big image, a high-resolution image. This is 50% more resolute. And it's going to be start shipping today, but expect delivery in December for $3,000. So this is another example of a really high-end machine kind of aimed, both of these, I suppose, kind of at your professional or someone that wants to buy a machine and it lasts for a while. I also think this is a hard sell.
This
at
looks
that
like
sort
my
of price.
iMac. And I have an old
Well, hold on
one.
a second. When did I miss something? When did Microsoft get into the hardware business?
They've been pushing more and more into this. They've been in it for a couple years with their Surface. Their Surface Books, for example, the laptop I have here in the studio is actually a Microsoft Surface Book. And so they're kind of high-end competitors. A lot of the big companies are realizing if they don't compete in that space, they're going to be left out. For example, Google. Just is going more into Google phones now and things like that because they need to be in the hardware.
Yeah.
So, it's fascinating. Kind of interesting to see them copy each other.
That is. All right. That's that. Microsoft, that's really interesting. And then what's this, What's this?
So we've
HoloLens
talked a little
demos?
bit before about something called Microsoft HoloLens, which is a product that's probably going to come out next year. And essentially what it is it's just a visor. Imagine glasses you see through.
Okay.
But it allows you to put augmented reality into the world. Meaning, so
that's what I need. Augmented reality.
Let me explain what that is. In this case, they're showing how you could use it for online shopping. So a gentleman is on the screen and he has these visor on and he's looking at a store like IKEA. And there's a chair, a stool, that he can then click on because he likes that. He wants to see if it'll work well in his house, and he can pull it into the real world, and you see that stool in front of you like a hologram, like Star Trek, and you're able to put it on, around in your house, put as many of you want, and see if the color matches, see if the size is what you wanted.
So with these glasses, you can take it off of the web page and put it in your house.
Correct.
As virtual reality.
Correct. And there's some things that you can go try this right now. If you have a phone, you can get the IKEA app, and the IKEA app allows you to pick it up and kind of place their objects in virtual space. It doesn't have quite the effect of it actually appearing like it's there in front of you.
Right.
But it's a neat step.
How far are we from like creating a fake human and having a conversation with a fake human with these glasses on?
We're essentially there. The problem is really the believable back and forth text if you have to make that part up. But as far as visual, they've got things in virtual reality now that are scary real.
That's like Westworld. I'm telling you, those robots in Westworld are real.
You've sold me. I'm going to have to watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Larry from First Rule. He's the best. Larry, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
850, Big 550.